All right, here we are. I always forget to shut the goddamn music off. That's killing me every time. I'm like, I got to shut the music off. What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to the Atomic Drop Podcast. I'm the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry. And with me, we got our boys from the Part-Time Marks, Kurt McGirt, Mr. Black Lightning Larry down there, and our boy, your boy, the Asian Persuasion, Mr. Fuji 2.0, Paul. Don't call me Mr. Spencer. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing on this fine Saturday evening?
All right, man. Doing good.
Well?
Feeling
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Ken, you said evening, brother. It's about to be Sunday morning, man. That's when we're on. You know what I mean? This is late as hell.
It is late as hell. I'll tell you that. Half hour late. You know, that's my thing in life here. Late all the time, or just a MIA. But it is what it is. We're here now. Let's give her a go. I'm going to change the color on the screen here real quick for the. Still got that set up from the silver and black there. That's my bad. Hey, we're going red. I like red. Red's all right. All right, guys. We got a comment here already. We're going to throw this comment out here from Jim Life. What's up, Jim? Thanks for checking the show. He says, yo, what's up,
Big
Jim?
Big Jim.
Thanks for checking the show out.
Graphics.
There we go.
Big Jim, Ganja Graphics. My guy.
There we go. Ganja Graphics. Check it out. Is that a page, a website or something?
He does the t-shirts. He does
look at the Part-Time Marks. You guys got t-shirts.
Yeah. We even got t-shirts.
Damn, what the hell's going on here, Ken? We can't get fucking t-shirts.
You can't get anything. And these guys are rolling around with t-shirts from Ganja Graphics. What's up, Ganja? What the hell's my t-shirt?
Ken, I'm running around from a damn shirt from 4 years ago when we first started the company. This show didn't exist anymore. You know what I mean?
He got a flag outside.
We're gonna have to get some t-shirts out there, bro.
What's that, Larry? What'd you say?
He has a flag. He has license plates. We don't got none of that shit, dog.
No, you're right. We don't. Yeah, that's right.
I got the logo too.
That's where our paychecks are going. Our paychecks are going to Paul's flags.
I got this bare background back here, and he's talking about what we've got.
Yeah, but having a shirt's different, brother. I don't have a damn shirt, okay?
All right, we'll make sure we take care of that.
We're gonna get some shirts out.
That's coming out of Kurt's pay now.
All you people out there, make sure you check out Ganja Graphics. So, all right, like the sticky icky, right? Ganja.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, like the sticky icky.
Now, you know what? Get his info for me and send me like a screenshot of his company. We'll put it on here as one of our show sponsors if he wants to, ride with us for a while.
Hey, there we go.
We appreciate that. Josh is in the house too.
Josh is checking in. He's a Part-Time Marks regular. He said, "What's up, guys? What's up, Josh?
What's up, Josh?"
All right, so guys, we're gonna kick the show off. I know Part-Time Marks, you guys cover Raw pretty extensively and also NXT. So I'm not gonna hit on Raw too much. The one thing I did want to hit on was I want to see what your guys' thoughts were on the John Cena promo. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I tell you what, I seen some hate on it on the interwebs. I seen some people loving it. I seen some people hating it. I really dug it. I thought John did a good job in getting his point across. And, to be honest with you, it's a valid point. It really is, for real. For all the, Cena sucks, and, boo Cena crap, and, let's go Cena. I thought he did a good job. And one thing I really liked, because the big thing leading up to his first promo since the turn was, what's he going to wear? Are they going to change his music? What are they going to do? And he said, you're not getting any of that crap. So you're not getting any. You don't deserve it. This is what you're getting, and this is going to be it. That's my voice out there. I thought that was fantastic. Beautiful, perfect promo. I dug it. And when Cody came out, when John Cena said, what did he say? Like, did he call him kid or something like that? And Cody shut that shit down real quick. I thought that was fantastic. Both guys, I thought, killed it 100%. But I want to get your guys' opinion on that. You guys are much bigger wrestling aficionados than I am. So Kurt, we'll start with you since you're right next to me here in the old what is that? The Brady Bunch style squares we got going on here. You're the youngest one in curls here, Kurt. So go for it.
I think the biggest point he made was like, why would he change anything? Y'all dress like me. You want to be like me. I don't have to change anything. Typical heel promo, but he like the way he delivered it. You felt it. It was great. One of the best things going right now, man. Like gold, cinema gold, and then the whole back and forth with him and Cody. Like I'm that much more hyped for this match.
Absolutely, they sold it even more. And he's breaking up with that. All of us, he's breaking up with. We're his exes right now. Larry,
I
your
made a
thought?
couple TikToks about
An
it. You heard?
abusive relationship, something I can relate to. An abusive relationship for 25 years. I mean, that's the exact promo that's exactly what I wanted. I like me and Josh said outside the show here, like didn't expect for him to go in on the fans the way he did. It was like, I mean, for the first 5 minutes, he didn't even have to say anything. He just ate it up and ate it up and ate it up, and he still had the fans like saying, "I love you." You know what I mean? Even when that camera singled out that little kid, that but like 20 seconds before that, he's screaming, "I love you, John Cena." That it was pure cinema gold. And then Cody coming out and basically calling him a whiny bitch. It's the story here. Take my money. That's all I can say to the WWE. You got whatever. Take all my money. You can have an arm and a leg too if you want. Right now, they're working cinema gold right now. This is exactly what I want to see leading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I saw an interesting meme or graphic or whatever it was, but somebody pointed out that during Cody's entrance going down the ramp, they had John Cena in dark and they had Cody in all light. To kind of show because you're saying cinema and this that's one thing WWE's known for is just their production value is they're the classic darkness evil light good, and it's just it's perfect. They're building your classic heel versus good guy, heel versus babyface match, and the definitive line. Everybody hates John Cena. Everybody loves Cody. Everybody wants Cody to win. Everybody wants John Cena to lose. There's no like kind of in between or anything like that. It was perfect. And when they showed that little kid on there with the chubby little cheeks turning all red because John Cena just kind of singled him out and said you suck ass, or he didn't. John Cena didn't say that, but basically that's how it felt.
He called him toxic.
Yeah,
he called him toxic.
And it was perfect. It really was. It was a great job, and I just couldn't. And for the fact that anybody really didn't like that, I was really surprised about the amount of people like, that wasn't very good, or I thought we were going to get this or that or this. And that's what made. I think that's part of what made it so good. The fact that he didn't change. Because when he first walked out on that ramp, when the music first hit, I'm like, all right, they're staying classic music. And he walked out and he had a new shirt for in Brussels, because that's where they were that night. I'm like, that's a pretty hot shirt. I'm like, that looks pretty good actually. And I'm like, so he's sticking with the same jorts. He's sticking with the shirt. We're not going to get a corporate John Cena, it appears, or whatever. I thought it was perfect. It's like, screw you guys. You guys don't deserve that. It's like, all right, man. I like that.
Because that's what everybody expected. We all expected. That's what the internet was, like you said, that's what the internet was talking about. Do we get new music? Do we get new T-shirts? Like, is he going to rap? Is he going to, and he's just like, no. Why? And like Kurt said, it just sticks out that he's like, why do I have to change what I'm doing? For what? Like, either way, you're not going to be pleased regardless. So I am who I am, and take it or leave it. I mean, this promo is really what we need. It was probably up there with one of the best promos I'm going to say in 5 to 7 years, possibly 10.
Yeah.
In general. And there's been some good promos, but this one, this one stood out.
It was definitely highly anticipated, and I think that's not knowing what was going to happen, and then the way he delivered it, and the way Cody delivered it was perfect. It really was. It was and I agree. It was one of the best promos in recent memory. To be 100% honest, and I can't remember shit, so I could say that. Because I can't remember from one week to the next, but it's something that sticks with you for a little bit. That's a good promo. That still sticks with me. Just the way he delivered it, and the words and just his facial expressions, and it's everything. And Cody pointing to his shirt. I thought I was going to be wrestling this John Cena. He goes, I was excited to be wrestling John Cena at WrestleMania, even with the turn and stuff. And I thought I was getting this John Cena on the shirt, and I'm getting this John Cena like the bitch. Like he basically said at the end there. This John Cena on the shirt better show up. And it's a great job by Cody. You know, you're gonna get your ass kicked if you don't show up to be the Super Cena. If you show up being the whiny bitch Cena, you're done. So it's awesome. It sold it.
Wasn't it you, Kurt, that said we are getting the old John Cena? Though, wasn't it you, Kurt, that said you're getting ruthless aggression? Was that you, Kurt?
At the end of the day, when we get to that match, he's gonna be ruthless. I'll save everything else for the prediction show, but yeah, definitely.
Paul, you want to add anything to that?
What's that?
4 weeks?
Did you want to add anything to that?
I'll be honest with you. At first, I was kind of upset because when I heard the music come out, I'm like, okay, I really wanted to change. You know, I really wanted to a different direction. But then you guys are right. I mean, it was the perfect promo. Stay the same. You don't like me. A big F you. I'm me. You'll root for me no matter what. You love me, you hate me, because it's just a storyline going on. But what I like the most is like what Larry said. You know, it's the perfect promo. He sold it to a T. You know, this reminds me of like Bianca Naomi, the fucking tears. Okay, John Cena was like to me. He's never won an Oscar in his life. My brother needs an Oscar for this shit he pulled out on Monday night. Like he was, I was like, at first I was like, no, screw that, Cena. I fucking hate you. No, Cena, I fucking love you. I hate you. I was saying like, we love you. We hate you. I was saying that shit when I was watching it. I mean, he sold me, man. He sold me. But Ken, you're right. When he said like, I want the old John Cena, I thought right there was going to be like an F5 or some shit, like, you know, from John Cena right there. I thought he was just going to go the fuck off right there, honestly. I really did.
You know, and when he said that, like, you know, I thought I was getting this Cena. You know, I'm like, I don't think he's going to do the "you can't see me" thing. I'm like, it would have been something if he just would have went like that to him, just flipped him the bird, like something out of character. But then again, like, you know, the way his promo went, it's almost like it would have been, because he's not changing. He said he's not changing. It would have been something. It would have been even better if he could have went like that or whatever. You know, so I thought that would have been even better, to be honest with you. I thought something to it.
I thought Rhodes was going to do that because John Cena looked like a deer in headlights when Cody Rhodes left the ring. John was just like, "What the fuck? What?" I thought Cena Rhodes was going to turn around and say, "You can't see me," you know, or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, man. It's just
that's how you know. That's how you know Cena's going to snap.
Yeah,
like, that's like
that's
just
why I said
by
we
that
got 4 weeks.
Yeah, we got 4 weeks, guys. Like we're
yep. And just like Ken said, you know, Cody Rhodes called him a bitch. You just called John Cena a bitch in front of 50 million damn fans. Like, okay, now you got the floor. What are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? It's your time to shine. So you call me a bitch, I'm going to go down fighting. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do.
And this is going to be live the whole time, guys, because they're out of the country. And
yes,
you know, as you know, as we've been seeing at all these pay-per-views, that these other countries are hot and they're thirsty for wrestling. So they're gonna make sure that they give them something every single week. Like I said, that we basically started with that Cody and Cody and Cena, and then even going into SmackDown, they're gonna make sure they give you them top superstars over there because they don't get wrestling. I mean, it's very rare. You know, they're saying this is the first time we've been here in 7 years, and it's never been, and it's on TV. So these people are thirsty for wrestling.
And you know what the crazy thing is, right? You're Larry. Like when they do like even Seth Rollins music and shit, they know every goddamn like fucking syllable, every bar note on that shit. Like they know everything. They know more than we know about each wrestler. It's insane, man. The crowd.
And they sometimes don't even know English.
So, they know that shit, but they know that shit.
But they know people's entrance music. That's that's how invested they are into this. And I thought at first I was kind of like, man, it's kind of weird that they're not on their little normal typical tour that they usually go on right before WrestleMania. You know there's certain cities that they try to hit. Philly, Pittsburgh, the big wrestling towns. So it's kind of odd that they're kind of on this tour of a different country right before WrestleMania. But I see what they're doing. They're
you know what? But they're hitting that international market, man. It's what they're doing. A month before,
absolutely,
you know what? Blow it up over there because we know we're going to check in no matter what. Go overseas, publicize it, get the crowd hyped because you know what? That's another 50 million views right there and ticket sales watching this shit. So and all the shirts, like Ken said, the Brussels shirt. Next week, we're going to see a different shirt of a different city, a different, country. It's going to be sold. That's $1 million right there. They know what they're doing.
Is Cena going to be at the next Raw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I didn't see it
yeah.
advertised.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know either. I think somebody kind of answered for me and Kurt on Thursday or on Tuesday's episode of the Marks. I think we asked that question and they jumped right on it and said, "Yeah, he'll be there again next week." So, you
I
know,
can
it's
give you,
just gonna-
I can give you a definite 30 minutes before the show starts. I can make a call.
yeah, you could do the check, but I'm almost 100% sure right now they're gonna just keep throwing a little bit of gasoline every week. Just they're gonna feed us like bird seeds. This is what they really like to do. They want. That's why every year, like the last 2 years, we've been kind of like, man, what's this mania gonna be like? What's this mania gonna be like? And the next thing you know, Rock shows up, and then the whole show switches, and we're like on the edge of our seat, like for the last couple weeks. Just like last year, he showed up, and everybody thought he was just going to steal the main event. This year, he shows up. We have absolutely no idea what the hell he's talking about. We're all trying to figure out from different variations, what does "take your soul" mean? What does this mean? And now we got a whole John Cena heel turn that people's been waiting for who knows how many years. And so, no matter what they say about Rock, he's doing some special stuff. Him, Triple H, and TKO Sports, they're making WrestleMania something like a must watch at this point.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick. Last year, how we went into WrestleMania last year in Philly, of course, it was closer to us, of course, but is it this year with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, this whole turn, is it bigger than last year? The slap across the face, the bloodline still in effect. Which one's bigger to you? Last year's bloodline, the Cody, the smack in the face? Because, brother, come on, we can't lie. That shit was hype last year. And then this year, we're seeing something we never seen that we thought of ever would be possible. Which one is bigger to you, honestly? Last year and this year?
I think to be honest with you, I think last year was bigger. I feel like the buildup was much longer, and that added element with The Rock right there at the last second. It looks like he's going to take the show over. It was going to be him and Roman, and then Cody finds his nutsack and wants to finish his stupid ass story and stuff like that. And I just felt like the buildup, and what's Seth Rollins inserts himself into it, and then Drew McIntyre finds his ass in it. And so I just feel like there's so many different, variations leading up to it. Looking at the show, we won't know, be able to compare that until we actually see this year's WrestleMania. But I feel like last year's was bigger, and this year it was kind of like, how are they going to follow up last year? So I don't know how you can top it when you're trying to figure out how you're going to follow it up. This year's just got super big with the Cena heel turn, but I just don't think it tops it because it was kind of like an OG kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was that set the bar. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to pass that bar. And they're close. I just don't, as of where it sits right now. I think last year's was bigger. Guys, what do you guys think?
No, I agree with you, Ken. Yeah, everything like last year was big, like from the slap to everything. They had you on the edge of your seat. You couldn't wait to see what happened. We couldn't call what was going to happen because that's how they had you. Like the biggest thing about what's going on right now is Cena's heel turn. But we have 4 weeks. We have a lot of build to go. There's a lot that they can do between now and WrestleMania that could shift our opinion. So we're going to wait and see.
Yeah, we had the slap last year. Now we got what is the favor? Still,
what is the favor?
Is it sexual in nature? We don't know yet.
We don't know.
I think I'm gonna have. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I might be on the opposite side of the fence with this one. I think actually, kind of this year, it seems like I feel like that story was just so big last year. I just think that there's so many more stories this year. And I think some more of the stories are starting to stand out this year too, like alongside with Naomi and Belair, Tiffy and Charlotte. I think the storylines are just a little bit broader. Obviously, like you guys said, that whole bloodline thing, but I think we all kind of knew like Cody couldn't lose that match again, or I think no matter what, we knew Cody was going to take that belt this time, even though I think the only thing that I don't want to sit here and bullshit you guys, because we was all kind of thinking like, man, Roman's so close to that record too. Do you really want to take away that big record. I mean, he wasn't that many days short of the record in general. So I guess if you look at it like that, you're like, but I think all in all, you knew if Cody didn't win, everything that you built up was it wasn't worth anything. I think this time Cody could still win, or Cena could win. We can get a Cena world champion, which is something we didn't see. So I don't know, man. I guess like within these next 4 weeks, and then once we get the final show, I'll be able to be like, all right, this WrestleMania was bigger or that one. But right now, I think with, like I said, you got the Liv Morgan storylines, you got the Jade. They're starting to expand the tag team thing a little bit more. They're actually being involved in storylines. I just like that everybody actually feels like they're tied to it somehow. So I'm kind of 50-50, but you guys do have some good points. Last year was 40 was tough, man. Especially you said with all the nostalgic type stuff that they did.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm sorry. I agree with everybody, because I think this year is just like Larry said. The storyline's bigger. There's so many different stories. There's this piece. Okay, we'll go to this piece, the Tiffany thing. The Bianca, the whole thing here. I like the whole storyline of we're getting 4 different angles of 4 different stories. Last year we were really focused on The Rock. The bloodline, the slap. We were focused on that. Now it's just like, okay, we get this match with Cody the second day. Well, the first day, we're talking Rollins, CM Punk, and then we still got Tiffy. And then what the hell's going on with Bianca here? Does Jade come in and interfere? Does Naomi come in and interfere? We don't even know there's so many storylines as well.
Jay and Gunther. It's going to be a big story. There's a lot, because the whole internet's talking about, is Jay really ready to be the world champion? I mean, obviously we've done it on our shows too. Is he really ready to be world champion? Now, I did just watch Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns from when this whole bloodline thing just started, before I passed out on you guys. I don't want to lie. I almost didn't make it to the show tonight. But I did watch Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, and I was wondering, like, where did that Jey Uso go? Because that match was really gold, and I wasn't even in front of a crowd.
He's doing too much eating.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you, Rikishi was on a podcast. I'm not sure whose podcast was, his podcast or something. It wasn't this one. I know that. But he was on a podcast, and then the one thing he did mention, he said that Jay is getting wore out. He said he had dinner with Jay. This is going back like 2 weeks. He said just the constant, he's not used to the constant, the wrestling, that's one thing. But then the appearances and, just, putting himself out there, that he's starting to get really wore out. And you have to wonder, is that somebody that can carry your title? Is that somebody that's when I watched Jay, and he doesn't look like the Jay from even 6-7 months ago. He doesn't look like he's on his top top shape. He doesn't look like he's just like at his best, at his peak right now. He looks like he's slowed down considerably, and it's wearing on him. And that could be just part of the storyline too. I don't know, but him going out there and squashing Austin Theory and then the douchebag from down under, Darren Waller. Waller.
Yeah.
The douchebag from down under, and him go out there and squash him, but still just didn't feel like it was a Jey Uso. It just didn't, you know what I mean? It just doesn't scream like it. And that's the one storyline that I'm kind of surprised isn't getting a whole lot of hype. Is I guess because there's no real push behind it. Like they're building towards it, but you just don't. Every week there's an attack here, attack there, but it doesn't feel like it's getting the big push like all these other storylines might be. And I don't know if that's on purpose. They're kind of like, all right, Jay's not at his best right now. Let's not really put the whole light on him, because I do think Jay walks out of there the champion just because it's his time. Even though I still call him mid card Jey Uso, I don't think he's a main eventer. It is what it is. Yeah. But anyway. I just don't think he's ready for it. I don't know.
I just hope that runway is not 1.5 miles long, because my man's gonna be gassed by the time he gets to the ring. You know what I mean?
Man.
Well, he's going to have to use the stairs. You're coming down because it's going to be a lot closer than a runway.
Allegiant Stadium's pretty damn big too.
Usually 50 yards. It's usually 50 yards, man. It's usually the long walk, man. So that's a lot of running. That's a lot of yeeting.
And he already got a lot of chops coming. He need to tone it down.
Yeah.
He's gonna be breathing, gasping for air like on the first chop, man.
I just seen that pop up. Yeah, me and Josh talked off air, and like I said, I haven't been the biggest Jay fan. I do want to put this out there. I guess we do have to stop trying to project bad. So I'm going to try to slowly but surely try to get used to it because it's the inevitable anyway. But I kind of like what Josh said, like to take some of the pressure off Jay, maybe they should actually let him win or actually take the loss at Mania, which I know that sounds kind of crazy, but he kind of convinced me maybe he should take the loss at Mania and then possibly win it the next night on Raw, like he says there. Just because there's so much other stuff going to be happening with the CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, then you got the John Cena and Cody Rhodes thing. It could possibly get lost in the shuffle, and it's a world title match. So you really don't want it to get. So I think the crowd would probably die, like, oh God, I can't believe he just lost. But if they did find a rebound, I think Josh is absolutely right. He could win it the next night on Raw, and then so much pressure would be taken off of him. So
You,
I
you,
did.
give, you give him to him that fast the next night?
Yeah, he actually had a reason. He might, I don't know if he's still here. Obviously, I see his comment at the bottom, but he actually had a whole theory on how he can get a rematch the next night on Raw. If he would drop the comment. If you're still in here, Josh, give these guys a idea of what you told me. I thought it was actually a good idea. Yeah, the next night, because it's still the whole crowd's still going to be coming off that I can't believe you lost thing. And then I think Josh might have said something like, I just need one more chance. I just need one more chance. And then he can pull it off the next night on Raw. It was something like that. If you're still here, drop us your ID in there, bro. Because I actually did think it was actually pretty good.
So we had Cody finish the story last year. Okay, now we have Jey Uso's finish the story. Get it right?
It's kind of, it's kind of the inevitable, Paul. Yeah, wrestling. I know, man, and like I said, I was one of the first people. Like, I'm tired of this whole thing, but I know it's the inevitable. And if you don't strike while the iron's hot, like I know this from being involved in it. If you don't do it while it's really hot, because he was at this hot point before, but right now he's scorching. No matter what we think of his matches and stuff like that, they'll never be able to get him this hot again. So the inevitable is he has to win this belt at some point, and he has to do it now.
Agree with that.
All right, Josh says Jay won't give up and refuses to quit, but ref stops the match and Gunther wins. And then he says Raw after Mania, he challenges Gunther again. Gunther takes the bait, and Jay wins the title on Raw. So that's his.
And I actually think that's a good idea because that kind of takes some of the pressure off the whole Mania thing. That's why he's saying that. It just takes some pressure off him because right now the pressure is really, really on Jay. And then, like I said, with him having some blotch spots, the internet's talking about him. They're talking about his promos. So I'm just like, man, maybe I'm just I'm not appreciating the moment. So I'm going to try to back off Jay a little bit because I know the inevitable is him winning it.
See, I just don't think it happens on the Raw after that because at WrestleMania, the biggest pop on me on Monday night is either way, if Cena wins or loses the Cody Rhodes and The Rock is going to come out. That's going to be the biggest pop for me. I just can't see Jay being the takeover Monday night, he's going to get his shot back. I just can't see it. That's why I'm thinking maybe we go to, what's the next one after that? Payback or something? Coming up after that. That's what I think it is.
Backlash.
Backlash.
WrestleMania Backlash, and it's gonna be in Paris. So it's gonna be in Paris. Which if Jay wins, I think the best thing they could do, which I've been seeing that float around, is Kurt's not gonna believe this one, but I think the best way to keep him going is you're gonna have to put him in a match with AJ Styles if he's gonna win this championship. AJ does well with the crowd over in other countries. Obviously, they love him over there in Paris. And he, I think it was you, Kurt, that said you don't want to turn AJ heel, right? Because he just came back as a face. So obviously, in the other countries, they'll still be cheering for AJ, Yeah, I mean, they'll be cheering for Jay. I think that's probably the best route they go for it if he wins the belt. Put him in something. Put him in a small feud with AJ, where AJ really fully doesn't have to turn heel, and then get the crowd over. And it'll get the crowd over. AJ obviously will help Jay have a good match. They won't have a bad match. He's gonna have to promote something strong. AJ or Finn, yeah, he's gonna need something strong.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
All right, let me get through these comments here real quick. I was popping them up. I also like to read them because I like to show people that I know how to read. So Jim Life checking in. He said, great promo from Cena. Michael Papernick also checked in. And what's up, Mike? Jim also said, great point of view from Cena as well. Michael says the best promo since Punk's pipe bomb. What the hell happened there? Everything jumped away. Where'd it go? Okay. Jim says, I love how they didn't mention The Rock. Let that fester. Then boom, Rock shows up and they destroy Cody. And yeah, that was one thing I didn't really realize until he mentioned it in these comments. Mike also said, I thought Cena was going to mic drop everything. He was going to be on Raw or SmackDown and just leave us all hanging with it, which I thought would have been pretty cool too. If he would have walked out, everybody's booing him, just drops the mic and just leaves again. I thought that would have been something, but the way he kept coming back and then just walking away, then coming back and oh, is he going to leave? And it's just
and
great.
That was the most beautiful thing about it. Like he was just like proving his point.
He sold it. He sold it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he kept telling you, he was like, you guys are making this way too easy because they know what wrestling fans. That's one thing about the WWE compared to every other organization. They know what people eat off of. They just, it's like we know what's going to make you thirsty for more. We know what's going to make you hungry for more. So like I said, it's like they give you just little bits of birdseed, and that promo was up there. Pipe bomb was a while ago, so there might have been another good promo in there somewhere along the way. But yeah, that was probably the best promo.
Well, I'm sure there's some promos from the run to WrestleMania last year between Rock and Cody, or I'm sure there were some promos in there. But again, like I said, I can't remember shit, so I can't even tell you.
Oh yeah, I mean, we even going back to that one where Cody and I mean, I could think of quite a few and just random off. Cody and Roman meeting at the Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia football, the 50-yard line. I thought that promo was cinematic. Obviously, you just had Jade and Naomi. That's going to be classic for a long time, I think, because just like you said, because of the real tears. Yeah. So there's promos, and even if I don't, we don't even really mention the other company. And like I said, we rarely watch it, but Toni Storm, she has great promos because she figured out she has a character over there. Yeah. So I will say that, like storyline wise, she's the best thing they got going on over there. Now, some of the stuff I don't like, but watching it, I'm like, man, she's actually worth some money. Like with this gimmick that she has, it's just she's stuck in a cesspool. So,
I do enjoy watching me some Toni Storm, not for her character. Last year was bigger, but this year is a bit more important for what they're doing after Mania. So before they go after Mania, that's what Josh said. So we'll see. And that's one thing I felt like it slowed down a bit after last year's WrestleMania. It felt like after the whole big show, the huge show that they did last year, I felt like it slowed down to almost a halt after Mania. I mean, they still had some good matches afterward. It just felt like everything just kind of really super slowed down.
Oh, they had to. They had to shuffle. Yeah. You had Solo taking over the Bloodline. So they did. They had to reshuffle a lot of stuff. So things slowed down, but picked up for like other guys had to turn into superstars really fast.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good.
Jim said good storylines this year for sure. Josh said, I think Cena and Cody go night 1, actually, triple threat match night 2. And then that's one thing I was thinking about after I was watching SmackDown from last night. We'll kind of get into that now.
It's a big match.
We'll just lead it right into there. Is at the end of SmackDown, you had Roman Reigns come out your tribal chief. He's not the OTC, he's the YTC, and before you know it, he'll be the BTC and whatever TC he is.
MTO.
MTO, yeah, made to order. He could be that. He gets sheets call there.
Whatever to get people to buy new shirts.
Whatever, and exactly. It's about selling the merch, and you know what? Throw a little different letter on there. It was a whole new set of shirts people got to have.
Man, every 2 weeks, man. Every 2 weeks, they got new ones, man.
You know what? Real quick, I know one person's not. After they watched it last night, I know one person wasn't happy about last night. You know who that is?
I was Dave.
Dave, because he hates when people point to the sign. We got 3 people last night in one promo pointing to the sign, right?
In a matter of seconds.
Exactly right. Oh shit, that's enough. Oh, not again. No, not 3 times.
Well, and when Punk did it, I'm like, okay, he's calling. He wants a match at WrestleMania. Right. I kind of understood that. Then Seth did it, or no, yeah, Seth did it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's 2 of them now. I'm like, is Roman gonna do it too? And then Roman, after he stood on the stairs, did his Captain Morgan pose and pointed like, there we go, we got all 3 of them. That's a trifecta, baby.
But when he did it, he hit with the steel steps there. He stood on top of the steps, like I'm on top of the steps here. I'm on top here. Then point to the sign. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting real. And I even thought about Ken. I said, this is going to be the main event on the second night. This to me is bigger. This to me is bigger.
And then you got Paul Heyman there, who and then you got Paul Heyman, who just looks like the parent of 2 siblings arguing, and he just doesn't know what to do. Like
when Punk pointed at the side, he was like, no.
It's like watching 2 siblings argue, man. It's just
I got to go back and rewatch it. But when Punk said, "I still have a favor," and they panned in right on Heyman's face, right? What did you get from Heyman's face? Like, oh shit, no, not here. Don't say it now. Like, I know what we're talking about, because the look on his face was like sold, another Oscar award-winning facial expression, but it was just like, please don't say that. Keep it behind closed doors. Don't reveal it now. Just the look on his face, like, sold it to me. Like, what the fuck is it? Tell me what it is. Bring it out now. What is it?
You can hear him say. What did he say? Either tonight or now or something like that. Like, tonight, or he said now. So it was kind of.
Yeah, he kind of says, yeah, before we get to that, he was like, but you owe me. And then Roman made that face like, you son of a bitch. There is still this favor. I have no idea what it is. Paul's like, please, not right. This isn't the time for all this. Like I said, it's just like, he's just like a parent watching 2 of his kids argue. And he's just like, man, I don't even know what to do right now. You're going to just kill each other. And whatever happens. It's super interesting right now to see because like once he said the favor, like I said, I was watching it in real time yesterday because Kurt I totally forgot I could watch it in real time. So Kurt texted me and was like, yo man, you could probably turn wrestling on in real time because obviously it started at 3 yesterday. So I was watching in real time, and I was texting Josh like, yo, I think the favor is about to happen right now. He's like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know if I should tell you because I know you're going to watch SmackDown at 8 o'clock. But he's like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, I think the favor is about to happen. Now everybody's trying to kill each other. Everybody's pointing to WrestleMania. It was like this wrestling early in the day is like really exciting. I didn't think it was going to be as exciting because like at night I'm like, so what the hell do I do now? But,
the craziest thing is like when you're at work, you're a working man working 9 to 5, and it's 3 o'clock. You're like, I'm starting to feel a little sick. Hey, boss, it's 2:30. I feel a little sick. Oh, you okay, Larry? I ate something for lunch. Run at home 3 o'clock. SmackDown.
I was at work watching. I didn't serve my food until 4:30, but even then, I can just look to the side and got my headphones in. I'm covered.
Kerry, can I get some mixed gravy? Shut the fuck up. Hold on. They talking about the favor right quick.
Yeah, I'm asking him, like, are you watching? He's like, yeah, I got it pulled up live right now. I'm like, I'm texting him like, yeah, bro, you done put me on to something. I have that channel. I'm watching it live right now. I'm like, oh, this is great. So now I don't have to worry about the internet spoiling everything because, no matter what, people still find a way to
and the thought ran across my head. I'm like, yo, he has the UK channels and all that, so he should be able to.
Yeah, I get it. I turned it on. I was in like England channels. I'm like, oh, wait, I can click this one and watch it, because over there I get it like maybe 15. I get usually everything like 30 seconds faster than, you guys get it regular. But I'm like, man, I'm like 2 minutes ahead on some of the shit. I was watching a promo. I'm like, oh, really? And then I click back to, the regular channel. I'm like, I had to rewatch it again for a second because I wanted to hear it again,
Yeah, that's how I was. I ended up watching SmackDown twice. I watched it in real time, and then I
Mhm.
went back and rewatched it just so we were prepared for the show tonight. Oh, he says Backlash is actually in St. Louis, so I must have got those. I must have got those ones all screwed up. But he says Backlash is in St. Louis. Yeah.
Paris is in
Backlash is
August.
St.
He said
Louis.
Cena can beat Cody and face Orton in St. Louis at Backlash for the title. Yeah, that'd be something too.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
it's too much meat in Cena Orton to do that fast.
Yeah,
Where's Cena's hometown?
Worcester,
Boston,
Mass.
Massachusetts. But yeah.
We're not going to get a pay-per-view before his farewell swan song, right? At his home in New England, Boston, right?
I have no idea.
Maybe that's where it'll be at. They're supposed to be doing that Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
that's his. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, some guys,
Do it at the Garden. Why not?
TD Garden. Yeah,
That's a big one. I think if you're gonna do it, you got to pull the trigger now with Cena. Let him be
You
heel a
have
couple
to.
months.
Let
You
him-
let him be heel a couple months, then he can ride off in the sunset as a face or however they do it.
At some point, you gotta take down the final boss with the
Yeah.
rest of the heroes.
So I wonder. So I mean, I don't know if this would happen or not. It wouldn't make much sense, because Cena aligns himself with The Rock. But could you see a world where Cena wins the title from Cody, and then like the next on Monday Night Raw, Cena comes out showing off his new hardware, boasting about he's the record holder, 17-time world champion and stuff. Then The Rock comes out and The Rock says, "All right, now hand it over. It's my championship. You're my champion. This is mine." And Cena's like, "Well, wait a second." And then all of a sudden now you end up with a Cena Rock feud and leading into maybe like a SummerSlam or something. And that'd be like Cena's.
I actually like that. I actually like that because to me, you have two
No, go ahead.
icons, The Rock and Cena. Why not settle the shit? Two biggest icons out there on the mic, in the ring, and in Hollywood. This is fucking made for Hollywood right here. If that shit happens, what's that?
What are we 1-1 with them?
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
okay, here's
yeah.
the trilogy. Here's the trilogy, right? This is your final song. You walk away, you win. You lose, you walk away. But where it all started is where it all begins, right? I like that, Ken. I actually like that.
The
I
only
like
problem
it.
I see with it is Cena's retirement match. You almost, does he do it to give somebody a good rub? Which sounds kind of weird. If you're just listening, you just turn this like, what the hell are they talking about? What is this show? but
I
you know
just
what I
think-
mean? Like,
Go
ahead.
ahead.
no, well,
I
yeah.
think there's just so much meat on the bone for Cena. There's a CM Punk rivalry still you can get. You can get the Orton rivalry. I think there's a lot of meat left on the
R-Truth.
bone that you can. The R-Truth thing. I mean,
There's
oh,
meat
they're
there.
man, they're gonna cross paths, and they're gonna have to, man, because they could have pulled the trigger a few years ago with R-Truth, with Little Jimmy being the world champion. If they would have pulled the trigger with R-Truth, then that would have been gold. And I mean, that's where Little Jimmy started, like somewhere around his little feud with like Cena. So
Yeah.
there's so much meat on the bone. Oh man.
Maybe
don't
he
know.
wins a gauntlet because I'm thinking he has a couple title. If he wins a title, he has a couple the title defenses before he rides off into the sunset. Maybe there's like a gauntlet type match where we always The Rock calls himself the final boss, and that's what everybody's been calling him. Just like a video game, you have to go through certain levels. Maybe this is the gauntlet Cena has to run through. Orton, Punk, and then the final boss, or Orton, Punk, Truth. I think that the Truth thing is a brilliant idea. But anyway. And then the final boss, The Rock's like, "All right, I'm your final boss. This is it." But again, I don't know how they would work it up or whatever. But I was just thinking about that just now about The Rock and Cena. What if The Rock says, "You're my champion. I want that title. That's my title now." And Cena's not all that. It's like, I'm not really giving this up there, Hoss. So I don't know.
I think that's a good one. I just think, man, that's a lot. Because I just realized today, I don't think Rock gets enough credit. I know we all, think real highly of The Rock. But do we realize that at WrestleMania, The Rock has beaten Hogan, Cena. He's beaten all the greats
Austin.
and Austin at WrestleMania.
He was
So,
Austin's retirement match. Well,
yeah,
retirement
so
match.
I don't think we give Rock enough credit. And I think at this point, I think Rock's going to sit back and kind of pick and choose what he wants to do now because everything is so hot. I don't think he really wants to get in there and just do anything.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to be something seriously special right now. And I think to take some of the eyes off him, I think they're going to focus it more on Cena for this last little run. Because if you start doing things with The Rock, I think you're taking kind of, that's like LeBron's final tour. You're kind of taking your eyes off what everybody's really going to want you watching is LeBron, because this is it. So I think they're going to try to focus it more. Go ahead, Paul.
What about, like, okay, if Cena loses this match here, okay, either way, he wins or loses, whatever, he carries the title, or I like how Ken said it, I think The Rock comes out and says, "Give me my title. I'm the champ. That's my belt. I'm the people's champ. That's my belt. You're my holder." He takes it. Cena get pissed off, and then what about that? Like this, the last match where Cena just says, "You know what? I want you. Screw you." This is where the old John Cena comes back. It says the old John Cena is coming back to beat your ass, Rock, and maybe that's one of his matches too. Because I just want to see those two one more time. I want to see the John Cena turn on The Rock. I want to see that. To me, that's going to hype me up. The only thing that would hype me up more if I hear Stone Cold's fucking glass break. That's the only thing that's going to turn me up crazy.
Because I think they're both at their complete best as heels. So I don't even think I want to see it. I think I want to keep them separate just because we kind of got that already, and they were both kind of playing that tweener role at the same time. They really didn't. Obviously Rock was more of the face at the time, but it was kind of like, I don't know if I just want to see that anymore. I think I'm actually like finally past that now. I think I'd much rather see them singing and rapping together. That's what I honestly. You get The Rock singing like Elvis. You get John Cena rapping, and then Rock raps too. So. There's like I said, there's so much meat on the bone you could do with this. I'm sure they probably in the back like, man, you guys at some point are gonna have to sing and rap. You guys, I'm sure they're trying to get their gears going on how awesome that would be. And then what I mean? And then you still have that factor is if they come across Joe Hendry, who also sings and plays instruments and obviously wants a big match versus Cena. So I think that plays into the TNA thing as well. When you got these people with these outside talents that they use inside wrestling, I think this would be a perfect time to try to get this off. And we've never really seen The Rock and Cena together. I think, man,
I got the perfect title: Monday Night Raw, the musical.
and it would be gold. It would be pure gold. I think it would be something we'd remember forever if they wrapped it.
Oh my god.
Well, here's one last scenario I think would be fantastic to make everybody happy at the end of the day. Is okay, like, and go along my storyline where The Rock says that's my title because you're my champion. I own your soul. That's my title now. Cena doesn't give it up. They end up having a match, at SummerSlam. Okay, in between SummerSlam, you have Money in the Bank ladder match. R-Truth wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, cashes in on whoever wins that Rock Cena match, and then then you have R-Truth walking out of there with the title, and I think that'd make everybody happy.
Either way, I think R-Truth makes an appearance. Either way, I think R-Truth makes an appearance, somehow help John Cena, because that is his hero, that's his boy. I think somehow he comes out there, and I think what he does is screws John Cena. We've seen the tag, coming into the women's match. We've seen some crazy shit from him. I think he does something to help Cena, but screw Cena somehow.
I don't know. I think Cena's soul.
That's what I would really. That's my dream thing. Cena wins the championship. Honestly, like you said it perfect, Ken. Cena wins the championship. R-Truth wins Money in the Bank, and somehow cashes in on Cena. Just for, it don't have to be a long period of time, but it would just be. It gives R-Truth his big moment. It gives Cena. Because you know, the pop would be crazy if Cena
It'd
would
be
Crazy.
take a
insane.
dive to R-Truth. It would go.
Insane.
I mean, it would be completely insane. And I mean, and the cash in only has to be 2 or 3 weeks. It's just something, you know, even just to get to the next pay per view. But it would get probably one of the craziest reactions of, because we don't care who you are. If you don't like R-Truth, you don't like wrestling. You know what I mean? And it's not even just about him wrestling in general. It's just in totality, he is himself all the time. I mean, whether it's the internet, whether it's in the ring, and you don't get comedy gold like that. And like, I mean, what he is, he's something special, and there's never going to be an R-Truth again. So there should be some final payoff for him, considering he's the oldest in the company right now. I think he deserves it more than anyone. If they
Yeah, I
can
want
find
the
a
R-Truth to finish the story. That's what I want. R-Truth finish the story. Give him what he deserves. You know?
And that'd be the lead up, R-Truth story. Though finishing the story just like a Cody Rhodes. That'd be awesome. I tell you what, like people would eat that shit up.
even if little Jimmy wins the belt and he says, "I'm defending the belt for little Jimmy," something along. I
Bring
mean,
Jimmy back.
I mean, yeah, we need to have bring Jimmy back signs, Kurt. Next time we go to wrestling, bring little Jimmy back.
And that's what Jim Life. He's our little Jimmy here. Jim Life says little Jimmy is such a classic gimmick. Yes, it is. It was fantastic. Little Jimmy.
Comedy gold, man. Comedy gold.
Well, that's I can't tell you. You know, the last time I heard anybody say anything bad about R-Truth, wrestling fan wise, you know, say anything bad about R-Truth. Everybody loves R-Truth. So I mean, it would be neat to see him get some sort of nod or whatever. You know what I mean? So
And you know the craziest thing is every pay-per-view, especially WrestleMania, these big ones, Royal Rumble, you cannot have a podcast or any kind of show and not mention R-Truth, because you know somehow, some way in this character form of the story, he's showing up. He is just that legendary where you know R-Truth is known for Royal Rumble. He's there. Something was we talking about on the show. What the hell is he going to do? We talked a half hour. What the hell is he going to do? What do you think he's going to do? What would be your pop? What is he going to do? It's just so comical and entertaining with R-Truth. He's a legend, dude. He's a legend.
Absolutely.
He's the only guy that can give you 30 seconds of his best. He'll give you 30 seconds of the most memorable thing ever. You know, that sounds kind of wild, but he's the only guy you know that will last 30 seconds and you'll remember it forever.
And you know the crazy thing is someone who doesn't watch wrestling, they hop on. Someone who doesn't watch wrestling, you'll see R-Truth on there say some dumb bullshit, and you're thinking like, "What? This guy don't make sense." But the people that watch, you're like, "That is classic. That is classic." Just that 30 seconds.
I'll tell you what. I gave my wife 30 seconds 3 times, and she'll never forget it. I got 3 kids. That's why I say that. So I'm like the R-Truth of my household here.
Hey man,
put it out there. Me and my little Jimmy.
Oh Lord.
Anyway.
Oh, this show is sponsored by X-Rated on OnlyFans. So all you people out there, make sure you follow OnlyFans, where you can get the X-rated version of Ken's story with the 30 seconds.
Hey, you said we'd be on OnlyFans at some point. So
there we go.
There's the perfect segue. We can have Ken as the face of OnlyFans for Out of the Box. There we go.
Making it rain.
Making it rain. The 30-second. Kenny with its 30-second promo.
There's an audience out there for us. There is an audience out there for us. I'm telling you.
There's
something willing to pay.
Oh boy.
So real quick, guys, back to the Reigns, Rollins, and Punk thing. So I wanted to ask this question. When Punk said to Roman, well, he actually said it to Paul. He said, "Thank you for delivering your OTC on a silver platter."
Yep.
Do you think that's going to be brought up again? Do you think that's going to do you think Roman's going to ask Paul next week on SmackDown, say, "Hey, are you setting me up with Punk? Or is this the favor, setting me up?" Because as soon as he turned around to ask Paul about it, that's when he was attacked. Do you think that's going to get brought up again, or do you think we're just going to wash over that? What's that?
You still here, Kurt?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're frozen, Larry. You're frozen.
Oh yeah, Larry is frozen. I thought he was, but he's not moving. Well, all right, we'll start with Kurt then.
I think it's going to be brought up, of course. You seen how Roman reacted when he was checking up on Punk in the cage. Of course, that's going to be brought up because he's paranoid. Yeah. Now he's paranoid. We've seen him paranoid before. You know what I'm saying? When it came to Punk and him bringing Punk around to be on the War Games team. Yeah, he's paranoid. It's going to be brought up. It's going to mess with him on the way to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And
Paul,
Kurt, you're
what-
100% right. Yeah, that look, and we seen it the first time, and then the look when the silver platter, when Roman turned around, it's like, what the hell? Like, do I need to watch my back with you? You're my
Yeah.
boy. You're my wise man. Now my wise man is making deals with the devil over here, being delivered on a silver platter. Do I need to watch my back? You know damn well it's going to be brought up. It's going to be brought up. Definitely.
And well, it should be because Paul's been with Punk for a very, very long time.
Yes.
They're really good friends, and so there has to be that sliver of doubt in Roman's mind. Like, is Paul really on my side with this, or is he with Punk? And
That's the
it's
thing.
just the slow turn by Roman. I thought was perfect because Roman let that sink in. And he kind of blinked a couple times. You could see the brow furrow, and they kind of turned around really nice and slow. I thought he did a great job with that as well. And the whole grimace, Punk calling Rollins grimace with the ridiculous
Oh,
outfits that he wears.
perfect.
I thought that was perfect. So, but yeah, Larry, were you able to hear what we were saying?
No, I actually kind of lost you for a second.
Okay.
There. I jumped out. I just came back and I heard you saying about Grimace. I don't know. Was the Grimace comment better than when he called him an oven mitt a couple weeks ago? I don't know.
I like the grimace. I like the grimace.
The Grimace was pretty good. I'm kind of familiar with the Grimace joke, but I thought, man, I was like, what does Seth Rollins look like? And when he was like, yeah, you're dressed like an oven mitt, I was like, oh my god, that's classic. But no, I actually kind of missed it. What did I miss?
The question I asked was when Punk said to Paul Heyman, "Thank you for delivering your OTC on a silver platter for me," and you had Roman slowly turn around and look at Paul. Do you think that they'll wash over that, or do you think that this will be brought up again? Next week on SmackDown. Roman saying, "Hey, are you with me? Or are you with Punk? Are you like stabbing me in the back? Is this the favor? You distracting me, or what's going on here?" Do you think that's going to be brought up, or do you think there's something there with that?
Well, I definitely think there's something up with there because and do you remember when CM Punk told Cody Rhodes the only difference is I'll stab you in the heart from the front. He told Roman, well, he actually snuck Roman, you know what I mean? Because Roman turned his back and he just went on the attack. So
Yeah.
I do definitely think something's there, and obviously, I mean, we're all on the edge of our seat on what the hell is Paul Heyman gonna do. Because I mean, at some points I'm like, man, there's no way that Roman could turn on Roman, or there's no way that Paul can turn on Roman. But then it's like, man, he does have this relationship with CM Punk too, and did his storyline with Roman run its course? Because sometimes stories just run their course and they try to evolve into doing something different. So right now, I'm kind of on that fence of where the hell are they going to go with this? I mean, and I think they're right too. This definitely has to be like some sort of gimmick match.
Yeah.
I would say more or less. I would probably say Hell in a Cell. If I see you got a couple different choices here, but I would probably say, you have to put all three of these guys inside Hell of a Cell, and then that's where you're going to even get more layers if they're inside of the cell. I think so. Kurt, was that you that said maybe Paul should be the ref? Was that you, Kurt, that said that to me at one point in time?
Yeah.
Paul Heyman being the ref. I thought that was that adds another layer to it too. I have no idea where they're going to go with this. I don't see Paul leaving Roman just because of how he said a few years ago, like if he leaves Roman, he's done with wrestling. So I do feel like that plays a factor in it, but I know they're always evolving to the next stage. So, and I mean, we all know Seth Rollins is the architect. Is the architect? Does he have something to do with that, Kurt? Like you said, Kurt, before, this could be all part of Seth's plan anyway, because we know Seth is one sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of bickering between Seth and Paul, which you never would think that they would bicker this much. So is that leading to something more?
Is it leading to something more?
Yeah. Real quick, Michael says they can't have a regular three-way at Mania. Has to be a gimmick match, like Larry said, like a Hell in a Cell, street fight, falls count anywhere. I never saw a three-way I Quit match or a three-way Last Man Standing match, which would be kind of interesting in how they would pull that off. But I feel like there has to be something, some sort of gimmick with a three-way match that doesn't have a title involved. And I mean, their storylines, their abilities alone, can get this off the ground and rolling. But I still feel like there has to be some sort of gimmick with it.
Nobody can get disqualified anyway. I mean, a three-way match is basically nobody can get disqualified and stuff like that anyway.
You can use weapons and all that.
See, here's what I said to you guys a couple of weeks ago. I forgot what show it was on. Like, I think it was on you guys Part-Time War. I believe it was. Remember, I watch UFC, and I told you that one name is training with UFC fighters overseas right now. It's Brock Lesnar. The dude looks incredible. He's training. And the podcast said, would you ever go back to WWE? And he said, it's in the works. I will be back soon when you don't think about it. This is where I think, because the storyline's there. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and who's that third name? Brock Lesnar. Okay? Hell in the Cell. Brock comes out. The music hits. He does his shit. He comes out there. He goes to the fence, and somehow Brock Lesnar gets involved. I don't know how he gets involved, but he screws somebody. And I think Roman wins it because you know what? No, I think Rollins wins it because he don't have a beef with Rollins, really, if you think about it. That's not Paul Heyman's boy. It's CM Punk and Roman Reigns. He fucks both of them up, and then Seth Rollins raises his hand somehow.
Rollins had Beast Slayer merch at one point.
Because remember, Seth is the only person that can really beat that technically can beat Brock. I mean, he's beat him, 2 or 3 times now?
The Beast Slayer.
So technically, Seth is the only guy that can beat Brock. I mean, because Brock's beaten up on Roman, we don't know how many times, 2 or 3 times at Mania. CM Punk and Brock, I can't remember their feud.
He's beaten up on Punk.
I was going to say he's beating up on Punk, but Rollins is the only one who always has a plan on how to take Brock down.
And maybe there's a hidden favor that Brock Lesnar is owed from Paul Heyman. Like, listen, we never talked about the favor, but I want that son of a bitch one-on-one. Me and Seth, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because
I do. I think he plays a part. I do. At some point, I think you're absolutely right, Paul. I think at some point he does play into this. I just don't know how soon, because there's so much other stuff right now.
I don't think you need to pop at WrestleMania. I don't think you need it right now. This is big enough. This is WrestleMania day 1, day 2, worthy match right here. This triple threat. Hold it for another pay-per-view where something goes down. Then you know what? Then bring Brock Lesnar in there when one of the other two either get hurt or fade out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it. They're all Paul Heyman guys. So I mean, except for Seth Rollins. So I mean, Brock, Roman, Punk. I mean, so maybe you have the Paul Heyman 3-way street fight or something. I don't know.
Paul Heyman on a pole match, I guess.
Yeah, Paul Heyman on a pole match.
You know how they do that type of thing.
Michael says he thinks the favor is Brock helps Punk win, or helps Punk.
Wow.
I
mean, listen, he's working his ass off. Like, this dude looks like UFC Brock Lesnar. I mean, on the podcast, he took his. I mean, he's a buff dude anyway, a big ass dude, but he is ripped like crazy. And he's like, when his comment said, "Will you ever go back to WWE?" He's like, "It's in the works. I won't say when, but I will be there when it's unexpected." And I'm like, well, shit, WrestleMania is right around the corner. There's a favor. What the hell is it?
Yeah, it just scares me that he's not. Vince is no longer in charge.
Yeah.
So him coming back and just thinking like, I'm not losing. I'm losing when I feel like it. I just don't know how that's going to work with the new TKO people taking over. Triple H wants things a certain way. I mean, but on the positive note of Brock, I mean, we all think he's always an asshole, but these people that like are really important, he actually gets along with them really well. So I think we're kind of just blinded by, he's Vince's guy, this, that, and the third. So I don't think he'd mind losing now. I just know when you get that reputation of not losing, it's really hard for you to go in there and be like, I mean, look at the Hogan thing. I just realized he's only ever been really pinned like 13 to 18 times or something. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't believe that when I heard that. Like, you've only really and it's not going to work for me, brother. That's probably the exact line. I think that's the exact line, man. You don't think it gets any better than that, man. It's not going to work for me, brother. You should clip that up and make that a meme. Every time you don't like something, man, you should be like, it's not going to work for me, brother. But
Michael
yeah,
says not Mania, possibly the Saudi show after Mania.
I mean, they do like to do surprises out there because, again, that's leaving the country, and they don't always get to see the. That's why guys like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and Triple H and them were wrestling on those shows for a couple years there, and they weren't great matches and stuff like that. But it was more of the nostalgic thing of them being there. That, like I said, that they're thirsty for wrestling in these other countries. So regardless if the Undertaker comes out and gives you a dog shit match, you're still they're still pleased by it. We might be over here like, oh, that was horrible, but they're still stuck in that we've never really gotten to see these characters before. So they love every minute of it. So I mean, but yeah, Brock can be back at any point in time. I think you are right about that, Paul. Somewhere.
Yeah, maybe I'm reading it too much because the podcast, what he said, But I mean, I watch this and it's a legitimate UFC show, and whatever they say, really, 99% of the time happens. And I tell you what, Larry, if it does happen, it's going to be a big check that Brock Lesnar's getting either way, man, just to bring him back, because he's going to be a part-time, one-time effect guy. That's it.
Well, he could be like a fire extinguisher. You'll break the glass. In case of emergency, break the glass. You use it once and you put it back until next. You get a new one until next time. You know what I mean? It could be you see him once and then you don't see him again for a year or two. Who knows? And then we need a wrench thrown in there. All right, let's get Brock out of the glass case and throw him out there again. Who knows? It could be something like that.
Absolutely. No, I think you guys are both right.
So. All right. Anything else we want to talk about here? I'm kind of.
Yeah, we were so deep. We were so deep in the two main storylines, man. We just kept going.
We're over an hour here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I really want to hit on. Drew McIntyre and Priest. That seems to be like that's going to be going forward. Maybe that's a Mania match as well, an undercard match, a mid-card match. Strowman getting a title shot against LA Knight next Thursday or something like that, whatever it is. That should be pretty interesting. I've seen Jacob Fatu stare down Solo and whatnot for interfering in that match. He was pissed, and so of course they're building that up now because he's coming out there as the Samoan werewolf. He's not coming out as part of the bloodline or anything like that. So he's his own man now. And so you're going to start seeing him break away from that. So you're going to start seeing, I feel like some more dissension between that group right there, between Solo and Jacob Fatu. So
he has to, man. He's a heel, and the crowd loves him. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. The whole crowd yelling Fatu. I mean, they're at this point where they have no choice but to push Jacob because the crowd loves him, no matter heel face. That he's already gotten 3 different T-shirts already here in a matter of a couple weeks. I think. I mean, at first I was stuck on Jimmy winning that U.S. title, but I think they might have to go that Jacob Fatu route.
I think we would have with a triple threat. How many triple threats do we have at WrestleMania?
Well, Ken, that's what I want to ask you. Speaking of triple threat, you said it perfectly there. On the part-time marks, I made a comment about if there's a contract and I sign my name to the contract, does that make it a binded contract just because my name's on it? We're talking Rhea Ripley here, okay? Yeah. She got the contract. She signed it. What is your take on this triple threat? Because I'm pissed off right now. I really am. And I think you guys know why. My girl, Io Sky, is fucking going against 2 badass women, Bianca and Rhea Ripley. Okay? My Asian girl doesn't fucking stand a chance, Ken. I'm pissed off that
Don't take away from Io.
No, but listen, I don't want my pretty girl to get hurt, okay? I'm just looking at the Asian beautiful skin. I don't want it to happen, Kurt, okay? I know she can hold her own, but okay, I don't want to see it. What is your take? Because this is not fair to my girl. Let her hold the damn title for a while. A minute, come on.
I agree with you to a point, but I think she comes out of it, as the champ. So I think she retains. And just because of everything you said, because she is the underdog, you do have these two giants in there with her. And who doesn't love an underdog story? I mean, people love Rhea, yes. People love Bianca, but I feel like Io's, her rocket is taking off. People are starting to love her just as much. And what better way than getting her over on Rhea, who inserted herself, by signing her name, which still doesn't make any sense because her name, like usually when you sign something like a contract, doesn't it have your name in print, underneath it, and then you have to sign it, or you have to print your name and then sign it or whatever.
Usually,
Reed's just up there throwing scribbles everywhere. I signed it. That doesn't, it wasn't for you to sign, but like if I walked into somebody's bank right now and they're getting ready to get a loan and I run over there and knock their ass out of the way and sign it. Oh, it's my loan now, loser. It ain't gonna work like that.
It's so funny you said that, Kim. My mailman is a wrestling fan. We were actually talking was a couple of days ago, and I was like, he was like, you know what, Paul, I got a plan, man. I'm like, what's up? He goes, how about we go to a Mercedes car dealership and we see a dude about to get back in a CL 350, sign the paperwork. Let's go hijack the contract, put our names on it, and we are legally owners of that car too, right? I was like, I guess so.
You're like, I get the car on Tuesday, you get the car on Wednesday.
Yes. But no, I know. I have a feeling she can win. I have a feeling she can win. I think she will, because I think it's going to be more focused on Bianca and Rhea with the beef that they have. Because Io's that, stand behind and just watch what the hell's going on. That kind of architect of it. But I do think she wins it. But man, it's not fair to my girl, man. It's really not fair to my girl.
How many times is he going to say my girl and nobody's going to say nothing?
Listen, brother, let me explain something to you. She is my girl because I rock her shit, okay? You don't accept the fact that you can't wear her merchandise. I am her man, okay? She called me about General Joe Chicken last week, bro.
Say that again.
General Joe's Chicken, okay?
Well, you know what Io thinks about that?
I just don't understand why Asians would want to have children with other Asians. You're just making a
You
house.
see this beautiful skin? Do you see this beautiful fucking skin? That's why, okay, brother?
Why would you want somebody that looks exactly like you? She doesn't want somebody that looks exactly like her. She probably wants a good Hershey special dark guy. So she gets a good blended looking child. I don't think she'd want another Asian.
The reason why she accepted me is because I'm not the typical height of an Asian. I'm 6'1", okay? That's why. She didn't want, she was like, damn, you're Asian? I'm like, yes, I am. And she's like, you're 6'1". And, it's different. You know what I mean? And you can, okay then,
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? We got to fight over this shit every single week.
Okay,
every time he's on the show, we got.
Does she win? Does she win in WrestleMania? Does she retain?
Io?
Yes.
I'll give.
That's what happened. See, that's Larry's fucking frozen right now. Are you frozen there? Oh, I thought you were frozen. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, see, you son of a bitch, you frozen because you're talking shit. Ain't your girl. That's why you froze. No,
I know. I was waiting to see what kind of dumbass answer he was gonna give. I think she's gonna win because I think these other layers to the story with Jade, Rhea, Bianca, Naomi. I think they want to focus that somewhere else, and then Io could actually carry people. She actually can have good matches with others. I think she can have, because like I said, her little title run was actually good, and I didn't think they was really appreciating it at first. I'm like, me and Kurt used to always talk about it, like, do they even care about her title run? But it seemed like the minute she dropped the belt, it was like she got pushed even more. I was like, I'm so confused by this. But I think that they fully understand that she's somebody that you can rely on. I think that they have figured that out within the last couple months. So I think
I think the next person to step up is Asuka, because remember I told you that in Japanese on Twitter over there and wrestling over there is that little, now it's starting to beef between these two. The hearsay talk. Who's the best of Tokyo? Io Sky. Then Io tagged Asuka and says, yes, I'm the best. And Asuka said, no, I'm the best from Japan. And she's going to be coming back pretty soon. So I think she holds on to it for a while. And then we see this between both of them. Because just like you said, Bianca and Rhea, I think that storyline goes to that side of the field for a while. And then it pushes Io even higher to another elevation. And to bring back Asuka against Io, I'm down for that too. I mean, I love to see an Asian on Asian crime. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you guys seen it today, but it seems like Jade on Twitter kind of said she knows. It seemed, I don't know, she put something out there. It seems like she kind of knows Belair had something to do with that too.
oh,
She put out like some chalk outline. Belair said one thing. I didn't send it to you guys. I might have sent it to Kurt earlier. I'm not sure. Did I send that to you, Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she kind of said something slick, like I never really trusted her neither. So
She
I
said,
think
she said something like, "I never really trusted her. Me and Naomi was actually closer."
yeah,
Ooh.
me and Naomi
Something
was
like that.
actually closer. So I think there's so many different layers to this, and of course, I don't know if you guys could see it, but Belair's doing a little bit of, she's being a little bit arrogant too. She put out a video where she was putting her point across, like you guys said, like how can somebody just come and sign something and all of a sudden, but she was putting her point out there, and then she kind of showed a spot in the middle of that contract signing where she made like a real nasty face, and she kind of said something like, "Ew," and it really made me mad that Rhea stunk anyway. So she kind of said she was like, "Ew," and she stinks. So I thought that was I thought that was kind of hilarious. So you could start to
Yeah.
see she has a, Kurt, you had the perfect word for it earlier. It's not really arrogant, but it's kind of, I forget what you,
Edginess, little edginess.
that's what you said. There's just a little bit of edginess. You can see that she's still a face right now, but you can see that there's some edginess to it, which is quite
Larry,
interesting.
are you talking about this tweet? Okay. I didn't trust anybody after I was taken out. Naomi and I knew before I came into this. Did this to me. That hurt me. Now my guard is up after that. Is that what you mean?
No, it wasn't that one.
No, it was. Hold on one second here.
Because that was like 12 hours ago, she said.
Yeah, there was that the one with the chalk outline. There was a picture of a chalk outline.
No, this was just said.
Yeah, there was a chalk outline. I'm trying to pull it up here real quick. Of course, all of a sudden.
Okay, you're talking about this one. You're talking about this one right here, Larry. Look. This one? Look at the screen. That one?
That one right there. Yep, that's the one right there.
It says, Jay Cargill says, "Girl, nobody was coming at you. I answered a question like I did on SmackDown. But I will if you want to make it a thing. Seems like you're always in some mess, though. You would think you've never been over here trying to mend Naomi or fix." Yeah. And then the reply, yeah, that's okay. And you see where that got you, but you still mad at me. I didn't do shit to you. Leave me be. I have enough people trying to blame over here in WWE Raw.
Yeah, so I think she sort of knows. I'm trying to actually. I think yours is actually a little bit more in depth than what I actually had seen earlier.
That's because I follow EO, bro. That's why.
Well, that has nothing to do with
those Asians sticking together.
Yeah, of course they do. That's all they got right now is each other.
Hey, listen, that's enough for me, man.
I'm trying to see here.
They took away my Shinsuke, so all I got is fucking EO. I'm riding that shit like crazy now, man.
Well, Shinsuke's still getting some work out there. I thought they were gonna. He was gonna kind of take some time off, but it looks like he's gonna be doing a little bit more.
Oh, he took the pin on Friday. So.
Oh yeah, he did take the pin, huh? But it seems like him and Drew kind of have a little something.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a working relationship right now. I don't know what they kind of got going there, but it's quite interesting to see.
Well, you guys know, like every time Paul says about EO, that's his his girl and stuff like that. That his girl. You know what EO's saying back? She's saying that's not going to work for me, brother.
Yeah.
That's what EO's saying back to Paul.
That's not going to work for me. That's the same
for me, brother.
Yeah, I go Hulk Hogan every time he brings that up. I'm going to get an EO shirt just to shut him up. I think the only reason why I'll do it.
The plan has succeeded when it happens.
EO's like, thank you, Paul.
They don't call me Mr. Fuji 2.0 for nothing, Larry.
Let me see here. $22.50, and you usually get a deal on Friday night. So I'm gonna wait till Monday and order it. Monday or Friday. You get kind of
Friday and Monday.
You're gonna get a discount
during the show.
Yeah, screenshot the barcode. You get a little something.
Yeah, there you go.
So real quick, got a couple comments here. Michael says Brock helps Punk at Mania, and remember Seth is Roman's shield, as he said. And at the Saudi show, it's Brock and Punk versus Seth and Roman. I don't see the Seth and Roman teaming up.
I don't see a tag team. No.
Yeah, it seemed like they really
Yeah,
I think they're too big for that tag team. I think it's going to be all singles action.
Seth wants them to die.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Michael says Jacob brings Contra to WWE. I don't know if that means Control.
Contra was
Contra.
the stable he was a part of. In
Oh, okay.
MLW.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense now. Okay, I was trying to figure. I'm like, does he mean
Wouldn't
the
be
video
against
game?
it, but
Up,
down, left, right,
Yeah.
BA, start. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought
that's
he
what
said.
he
I was like, I don't know.
I
And then
was
also, finally, he says Io has Asuka and Kairi Zane. So
Man,
Yeah.
that's when Monday Night Raw was the best for me. When I see those three together coming out, Kairi Zane and her little anime outfits. Oh my God, that's good Lord.
too skinny for me.
Hey, listen, man. Look, she is my Asian doll, brother. Like that's her. Oh my God. And
Man, you're greedy, brother.
hey,
He's greedy. He wants
He
them
is-
all. He wants them
man.
all.
hey,
He wants chicken and broccoli, General Joe's. He wants everything.
and some
who the
Megan
hell is
Young.
General Joe? Who's General
Oh,
Joe?
all right, Ken. Hold on. Let me rewind 1 second here. Okay, Ken, what do you call it when you order it? General's what?
General So.
Thank you. Okay, now here in Johnstown, when you fucking call the Peking place or any damn Chinese place up here, okay, even though it's Chinese, I was like, yes. Can I have General Tao chicken, please, with white rice and sweet and sour soup? Oh, you want the General Joe? I'm like, what? Like, you want General Joe? Joe. I'm like, who the fuck is Joe? General Joe. Joe. Like Joe? Cup of
they know what
Joe?
they're talking about.
Yes. It's General Joe up here. It's not Joe Tao, nothing like that. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Well, Paul, you're Japanese and they're Chinese. There's a language barrier.
Yeah.
No, Joe
They
and
don't
So
understand you,
don't.
you
No,
understand.
that's not the same. When you ask them how to spell and they say Joe. No, Ken. No.
Do they? Is that how they spell it?
Not on the menu, but I asked her, I was like, what are you saying? She's like, General. She's like, General, Joes. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just order?
Did you ever take ISIS into concern? Maybe they want to keep the English language just a little bit of a barrier. So Ice Baby
But
doesn't
Larry,
come from them.
okay, Larry, have you ever been in the Peking place up in Westmont?
Yeah, I order there all the time. I just
Okay,
order.
the girls take the phone call. They're fucking American. They're not Chinese or Japanese. It's all two white girls that work in there.
That's why they say Joe. That's why they say Joe.
I'm going to fucking make a shirt that says, Paul Spencer said it's General Tao chicken, okay? And I'm going to walk in there with that shit on
And
next
they're
time.
gonna say it. They're gonna say Joe.
And I'm going to get some spit in my shit too. Watch, that's what's going to happen.
Here's your General So.
Would you be against that? Would you be against that?
Have you seen the girls that work in there?
No.
Not lately. I just get delivery. I don't really
So you wouldn't be against that.
because I don't like to go. I don't like.
like.
Hey, I can't lie. I don't like to go in Chinese restaurants and see white girls and shit because then I'm like, yo, this shit ain't real. Like I do. I want a little ethnicity, and when I go into a place, like if I go into the Hong Kong buffet, I don't want 3 white dudes, 2 black dudes, and 3 white girls from Kernville.
Hold on. Let me see if the Peking place is hiring because I want to get a job. So when Larry comes in, I'm like, oh, hello. Lady.
I'm like, you look really, really familiar.
He's like, now it's authentic.
Now it's authentic, motherfucker.
Now this is real. I better say it the proper way.
But
I was like,
that's
I'm
why I said that's the
Japanese.
story. That's the story. General Tao chicken versus General Joe chicken.
All right, now we got
That's the
that
story.
out of there.
Yeah.
Michael says, could Asuka and Kairi get involved in 3-way women's championship to help Io at Mania?
Could Asuka and what Io or Asuka and
Kyrie,
Kyrie?
yeah, get involved.
Where's
to help
Kyrie
Io.
been? Where's the hell's Kyrie been though, man?
Didn't she get hurt? Wait, I think she had a match a few weeks ago. I feel like she had a match a few weeks ago, but it's kind of like the focus is so much on Io, and because they don't want her technically drowned out by the other girls,
Right.
even though that's kind of what they're doing in the promos, which I still think that I don't know. I brought it up on the show. I think that's so hilarious when she tries to get in the middle of the argument and they just pie face her out of it. I don't know why. I think that shit is so funny, and I don't know if it's the reaction that she does, like, oh my god, like I can't believe they just. But I seriously bust out laughing because it's so disrespectful. You're just pie facing the champion.
And in Japanese heritage, Larry, when you put a hand up to somebody like that, like if I'm doing like that to you, That's in Japanese, culture. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do. You know what I mean? And that's
Okay.
why when she does that, it's just like her reaction. Like my mom, when I used to get my fucking hand smacked belt. My mom used to tell me go out and get a twitch off the tree so I can beat your ass. If I do something like that, my mom, that was the most disrespectful thing in the world. And I see when EO says that. But what gets me is her facial expressions, and her always the first word is in Japanese. You know what I mean? And it's always a word that it's really a curse word.
I think
Like
it's
last week, she actually said, "Stop it, bitch," is one of her words. Like 2 weeks ago when she said that, because I told Ken before, I was like, "That's not what she really said," Mhm.
I love the pie face thing. I thought the first week when they did it, I was like texting Curtis, like, bro, I'm cracking up right now. And then they did it again this week. I'm like, okay, so apparently everybody thought it was just as funny as I did.
Oh, I think hilarious.
Yeah, but I think they keep the belt on her right now. I just think there's so many other layers with, like I said, the Rhea. Because I think at some point we're gonna get Rhea and Jade teaming up against Naomi and Belair. I just think that's where out they're going. And how about Jade actually having a decent match last night? She hasn't had any matches that were decent at all since she's been there, and I thought that match with Liv was pretty good. I thought that was one of her better ones, and I've never been impressed with.
I wasn't a big fan of her hair, but yeah, I thought that was a good match. It wasn't bad. I don't know if that's more so because of Liv or Jade just getting better. She's putting the work in, so we'll have to see how she progresses as she moves on. And I thought Naomi looked good too when she interjected herself and helped Liv win that match.
Yeah, that wig wasn't it. It was like a 1980s Wendy Richter. She had like a Wendy Richter. I don't know who pressed.
Well, and she kept grabbing at it too, like it was. I was waiting for it to come off, which I would have loved. That would have been so awesome if it would have just popped off.
I thought Naomi was going to rip it off too.
Yeah, because there's a couple times where Jade reached up and kind of like either I don't know, she had headlights. I don't know, but she kind of like dug it back in there a little bit. I don't know. But real quick here, if you have head lice and anybody else has head lice, do not call Jason Fine because that's nothing he deals with. Jason Fine's an attorney. He's attorney Big Al. You can call him at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. He specializes not in head lice, but in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. He has 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In New Jersey, his office is located in Cherry Hill on 3 Greensward Lane. The phone number there is 856-209-5258. And he has 2 in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, 1 on the east side and 1 on the west side. They are not feuding, but who knows? Who knows what the future might bring? The one in Philly is located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. The phone number there is 267 888-2980. I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on. His office in Pittsburgh is located at 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. The phone number there is 412-365-8151. That's our boy again, Jason Fine, attorney Big Al.
Big Al.
All right.
As Jason says, the West Coast and the East Coast feud. That's what he has.
That's what I mean. Like the East Side and West Side branches of the Jason Fine, they're not feuding yet.
And also, breaking news: Jason will be having an office in 2026. We're working on that. It's not there yet, but he will be in New York. He's actually getting specialized in New York. So
the tripod. Well, actually, there'll be four offices then, though. So that'd be
the quad.
Yeah. So I guess I screwed that all up. All right. So if you want to support us here at Out of the Box Sports, be sure to check us out on X and YouTube. Use that handle at OOTBox Sports. So be sure to check that out. If you want to help me out personally, I'd appreciate that very much. W Energy Drink, www.w.gg. Promo code The Batcave. It's all one word for 10% off your order. Check the part-time marks out Tuesday nights, 10:30. Our boys here, Kurt and Larry. Be sure to check them out. They rock. And I guess, Paul, I don't know if you jumping on there at all. Dave, Cowboy Dave. But you guys are on. I'm usually at work, so I don't get a chance to watch it live. But yeah, give us a follow. Give them a follow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at OOTBox Sports. And any final thoughts, guys, before we head out of here?
Hey, man, I just want to say you probably didn't get to catch the show like you said you work, but man, congratulations, man. Your daughters are hitting home runs left and right. We're keeping up with you, man. I don't know. Like I said, we did bring it up on the show the other day, but man, we just wanted to tell you personally, man. Proud of your
Thank you.
daughter, man. Like I said, we don't really know each other outside of here, but
Yeah.
man, we're always rooting for each other to do well, man. Your daughter's been hitting home runs left and right. I've been keeping up with this, man. So that's awesome. Congratulations
Yeah,
to you, man. It
thank
looks
you.
like they're on their way to be some superstars, man.
Yeah, I'm a proud papa. It's actually my oldest daughter. She's a freshman in high school, and she had her first varsity game last week. And her first at bat, she walked. Her second at bat, her first varsity hit was a home run. And then she had another RBI after that. And then the following game, she was 2 for 2 with a couple RBI. And then she had a game yesterday, Friday, and she had her second home run already in 3 games. So
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, so and the
That's
school also
amazing.
gives her. Anytime you hit a home run,
A
from the
hoagie
school,
thing, a
you
voucher, right?
You get a hoagie certificate.
Home run
Yeah.
hoagies. Home run
And I said-
hoagies.
I said to her, so, there's 5 in the family. My youngest daughter, she's 12, so she's in 6th grade, and my little guy, he's 6 years old, and he's in kindergarten. I said, my oldest daughter's name is Emerson. I said, Emerson, a couple more home runs, and the whole family can go out for free hoagies. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got this.
Ken, that's
So-
not bad for 30 seconds of work that you put in for there.
Hell,
Now she's hitting
yeah,
home runs. Huh?
that's why I said it.
30
that's what I
seconds of
mean.
work and possibly a $20 million baby, man. That's you can't win. You can't
Yes.
lose. brother.
Right there. That is me. 30 seconds of work, and I gave the wife her dreams there. So,
But yeah, man, I just wanted to say congratulations personally to you, man. I think it's awesome every time we
thank
jump
you.
on the
I
internet
appreciate that.
and we see your kids doing good, man, because we all know kids are the future of everything, man.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to personally tell you that, you know what I mean, from the marks.
Yeah, and none of them are shitheads. At least the little guy isn't yet. You don't really know until they get a little bit older. So my oldest daughter, she's a good girl, and my youngest daughter, she's a good girl. And I think she's more so like me, humor wise. And my oldest daughter is more like me, athletic wise, because I am athletically gifted. But anyway, all right, yeah. So all right. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate that very much. Be sure to check out the Part-Time Marks again, 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday nights, talking Monday Night Raw, NXT, anything wrestling there. Be sure to check them out. Anything wrestling, not just Raw and NXT. They'll talk anything wrestling. So be sure to throw your comments out there. Myself personally, I'll be live. Damn it! I promise this. I missed this past week. It was a rough week for sleep for me, so I struggled, to even make it to 8:30 after I dropped the boy off. I will be live this week. It's the promise to my fans out there, the hundreds and millions of tens of you that are out there. I will be live Tuesday at 9 a.m. with the Kings, Silver and Black Laird Kings. I will be live Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. with the Batcave talking New York Mets because Thursday's opening day for the Mets. So I will be live, and then next Friday. I should be not. I have a doctor's appointment, so I will not be live.
Yeah, you better sleep on
morning.
that, Ken. You better sleep on that one first.
So next Friday I will not be live in the morning. I will be live at night. I will let you know the time for sure. Because I do believe, my daughter does not have a game that night. She has one Thursday night. But yeah, Friday morning I have a doctor's appointment to make sure I'm still able to live without needing any sort of tubes or inserted into any holes that I have or anything like that. So, all right. So be sure to check out all my shows there. And the Atomic Drop will return again next week. And the time wise, we'll let you know as it gets closer because it's ever changing. So, all right.
Yeah, we're all family, man. We all got our shows, so it's cool that we all hop on with each other. We all support each other, so yeah, it's good.
And of course, Paul. We got Paul here Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. with the Cowboys Weekly Show, talking Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we're doing Wednesday night 9:30. Wednesday night 9:30 this week. We're going to talk about more free agency. Hopefully, we spend money. And then Thursday night, Dan and I are going to be talking about NFL Weekly Talk. We're going to the last division this week. We're actually talking about the AFC North. So this is the Pittsburgh area. So check into that. And then Friday nights Inside the Octagon. But, we do it because, Ken, you got millions of viewers. We have 4 viewers that check in every week. So you're the face, man. You are the man. You know what I mean?
I am the face. I am the John Cena out of the box sports.
You are. Maybe we should start giving out free hokey vouchers out there, man. You know what I mean?
Because I'm in an abusive relationship with Paul and EO Sky. So
Exactly.
I might be the
Stay
John Cena. I might be the John Cena of the show because we're in an abusive relationship.
We
I
are,
can't be
man.
arguing with the producer though every week, man. I don't want to get canceled, man. So I can't be arguing with him every week.
You'll be freezing all of a sudden. It's like what the hell is this? It's not frozen.
It'll be just like this for a second, Larry. So EO's your girl. Oh, well, we just lost
where'd
Larry.
he go?
For a second.
Where'd he
What
go?
the hell
Larry,
happened to
we
Larry
lost
for a
Larry.
second?
Hey,
Larry
Larry.
timed out for a second. I don't know what happened to Larry there,
You
guys.
see the shit I deal with on this show, man. This is craziness, man. But I love it here.
It's awesome.
All
I
right.
love it. I love you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Make sure to check out all of our shows at Out of the Box Sports. There's many shows besides what we just announced here, so be sure to check that out. Thanks you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for checking the show out. Everybody else that checked the show out, guys. One more time, throw out that Ganja store name out there so people can check it out. I can't remember the full name.
Yes, Ganja Graphics. He makes all of our merch. He makes the Part-Time Marks merch. Anything we need, we can get him to do. We can get him to do license plate stickers for cars, cups. Me and Curtis got some ideas. We just haven't. Like I said, this is how we ended up on Out of Box. It was just an idea, and then a couple weeks later, Kurt meets Paul. Here we are. Who knows? 30 shows in, 30 or plus more shows in, including the Atomic Drop, so probably more. So yeah, Ganja Graphics. That's Gym Life there. If anybody needs any merchandise, get a hold of us and we can get that done for you at a great, great price. And yeah, Gym Life will definitely take care of you. That's been my boy.
Send me your info. Send me on Facebook Messenger. Give me a logo on there, and we'll get you on there. We don't ask for anything. We always try to pay it forward. We always, play like Ken's, doobie drink. We don't care about that. Bring it in there. We're all helping each other out, whatever we can do. So make sure. That's why we always say, mention Jason Fine when you call, in on there. It helps us out as well. And Kurt, the first person I ever met was Kurt. I walked in the bank trying to get a loan, and Kurt was like, "I'm very sorry, we can't give you a loan. Your credit's like 300." And I was like, "Screw this," And then he was like, "Why are you so pissed off? We don't want to wrestle." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's wrestle." And we started talking about wrestling, and here he is now on the show. You know what I mean?
Making magic, man, every week, at least twice a week, 3 times a week, man. We appreciate being here. We appreciate everybody that follows the Part-Time Marks too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you guys could be anywhere in the world, but you guys are spending an hour, almost 2 hours with us guys. I'm sure everybody on the channel appreciates it. So we appreciate everyone viewing.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to head out. Thank you, everybody, for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. See you guys later. Peace.